Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Take 15.
We continue to bring you stories of people who exemplify Varina's core values. We always strive to be thoughtful, honorable, inspiring, and safe.
We have chosen people in our community who work towards those values every day. Our first video features a couple who have been leading a Cub Scout pack for over 10 years.
The thoughtful couple has made it their mission to teach each child basic fundamentals that'll help them in their future. This video was produced by Justin Abernathy and Davis Daly.
It's Bob Harvey. I'm the Cub Master of Pack 520 here in Sandston, Virginia. Been doing it about 10 years.
What is the most rewarding part about working with the kids?
Seeing the boys actually use what they've learned here. I just like, teaching, not seeing them be successful at doing that. Had a Weeblo come in and said his sister was choking on a piece of food, and he actually knew how to handle the situation. He did the Heimlich maneuver and got her to cough up the food.
My name is Darlene Harvey. Officially, right now, I am the Chartered Organization Rep for the PAC. I work for Sandston Memorial Recreation Center, so as part of my job duties, I am the Chartered Org. I have been in scouting since about 2010 with my oldest grandson, so about 10 years.
What is your favorite part about coming to the Cub Scout meetings every week?
Looking forward to the kids brightening my day. There are days that sometimes I've had a rough day and it's been, pretty hard and you're feeling a little bit down. You come in and with so many kids, they just make you laugh and smile. So working with the kids is always a bright spot in a Wednesday afternoon.
Describe your favorite Cub Scout tradition or memory.
I love the Pinewood Derby. I know that there's so many things I enjoy, but the Pinewood Derby, you get to watch the kids make their cars from a block of wood, and they work so hard on it, and then we have a sleepover here at the rec center, and then on the next morning they get to race their cars, and just seeing the excitement and the fun, and even the visitors, the parents, the siblings and everybody, there's just so much good sportsmanship, and even if they don't win, they continue to root on the next Cub.
Even though the couple has a full resume here at Pack 520, they still find a way to be so humble and make sure that every kid grows up to be the best person they can be. After this is all said and done, what is the main thing that you will take away from being part of the Cub Scouts?
The uniform. One thing we're trying to influence right now in our pack is to have your shirt tucked in, to be neat, reverent. When somebody's speaking, to be quiet, to have respect for our flag. I think Cub Scouts is a very good organization that teaches you to have respect for your flag, for your country. There's too many things out there, and I think Cub Scouts has a big influence on them. Go help your neighbor. You see your neighbor struggling with their groceries, go over there and help them.
What makes you want to come back year after year?
The boys and girls. Now we recently have changed from Boy Scouts of America to Scouting USA with the addition of the girls, which is a great thing because we always included the girls anyway. Now they can actually achieve the same things the boys do and get rewarded for it.
It's a good organization. It's a lot of things going on in today's society that may not make it come to life. There's a lot of sports that play year-round now, so Cub Scouts got a lot to compete with as far as sports and all. So I just hope to see it survive. It's a tradition in my family. My parents were leaders, and maybe that inspired me to be a leader. And I hope to see some of these kids maybe carry on the tradition of Cub Scout.
Reporting from the Sandston Rec Center for CFC TV, I'm Davis Daly.
Thanks Justin and Davis for that wonderful video. Next we have a feature about a local nurse who inspires everyone she meets.
Mrs. Webb works at Richmond Pediatrics. When she's not working, her family keeps her very busy. She's also battling a life-threatening disease, but she still maintains a positive attitude.
Here's Alexis Welcher and Samantha Wingo's video about an inspirational woman.
I think staying positive is the best thing you can do when you're in this kind of situation.
How did you know you wanted to become a nurse?
My mother was a pediatric nurse, so in the summertime, we would go and work with her. I have 3 other siblings, so she'd take us along. So that's how I knew, because my mom had the best job and was always happy with what she did, and I enjoyed going to work with her in the summertime. I went to Bon Secours School of Nursing. It wasn't a college then, showing my age, but I went there. It was a 3-year program, so I had my diploma, not my degree.
How long have you worked at Richmond Pediatrics?
Almost 15 years. It's 15 years this month, so long time, which is good.
What is your favorite part about being a nurse?
I love the kids. I think that I couldn't do any other nursing job other than working with children. I've always loved children. So working with the kids here, helping them when they're sick, giving them the little cuddles, and just being there for them when they're not feeling their best, I think is what I enjoy the most.
What are some of your favorite things to do in your free time?
I love being with my boys. I have 2 boys, so they do a lot of sports, football, baseball. I enjoy watching them do what they love.
Jennifer Webb was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in 2017. How did you feel when you found out?
I think with anybody, you're in shock. At first, I was too young, I thought. Didn't have any family members with breast cancer. Didn't have anything that would, give me any inclination that I was going to ever get cancer. So I think the initial shock was the worst part of going through it. So, and then you go through all the stages of anger and why me, but when you come out the other side, it's okay. It's okay.
How have you managed to continue working while getting treatments?
Actually, this place gives me a lot of healing, mentally is what it does. So it's almost like I want to come to work. I know that's kind of odd for most people to say, but I have a lot of friends and even considered some of them family here. It gets me out of the house. So it's really not one of those things, I don't look at it as a bad thing coming to work. I almost look at it as like a bonus to come to work because it gets me out of my house and gets me motivated and back to somewhat of a normal kind of life.
What is some advice you can give others on your situation?
I think you just have to stay positive. I mean, God gives you nothing more than you can handle. And that's what I live by. So, this is my story. He's made it what he wants it to be. And I just have to, live day by day, but make every day important.
What is your biggest motivation to keep fighting?
My children. I want to be here for my children as long as I can. As long as God lets me be here, that's what it's going to be. They're little blessings, and I want to be their mom as long as I can.
What person in particular is your biggest support system and why?
My mother. I have to say my mom. She has been there through the good and the bad, if you want to say it that way. She takes me to all my chemo treatments, every single one. She's never missed one. She's there to support me through the hours that I go through chemo. She takes care of the kids if I need it. She gives me, she'll rub my head if I ask her to. So, your mom's always there for you. I always heard that, but she has definitely been there for me through this whole thing.
What lessons and morals do you want your kids to carry on from you?
Be a fighter. Be a fighter. No matter what comes your way, you can get through it. Like I said, God only gives us what we can handle, so go through it. Whatever is handed to you, stay strong. You can do it. Stay positive, and you can get through it.
We chose you because of your positive attitude, strong faith, and your dedication to helping people, even while battling your illness. Thank you.
Thank you.
Reporting for CFC TV, I'm Alexis Welcher.
Our third and final video features a nurse who works hard to keep her patients safe.
Eliana Horn and Damian Scott visited the Medical College of Virginia to bring you this next story.
So the goal of VCU Health System is to have the safest hospital in America.
What are you doing to make sure women having babies are safe?
So in order to make women safe, we're always looking in how to improve our practice, things, new technology we can institute to make the practice better. So we always constantly looking for better ways to do things. And when things may go a little the opposite way, we figure out why. We have debriefings with the doctors and all the healthcare team to figure out how we could have done things better.
What are some ways to keep yourself safe in your line of work?
So in today's society, there's unsafe conditions everywhere. So there's 2 parts to that question. The first part is keeping myself safe so that I won't injure myself on the job. I practice good pulling patients up in the bed. I wear my personal protective gear, which is your goggles, your gloves, and protect yourself from bodily fluids. And when we're in OR, keeping ourselves safe from getting stuck by needles and stuff. The other thing is, because society is getting a little crazy, we have to protect ourselves from unsafe patient conditions. So we know if a patient is getting loud, or if their visitors are getting loud, or we see things like drugs, guns, anything, how to report it to the proper authorities.
What does your regular day include?
So my job on this unit is a little different from the normal nurse. I'm the clinical coordinator, so my job is to be the charge nurse when I'm here. So I take charge of the unit. This unit is kind of unique is that we have labor, triage, and OR, operating rooms. So I have to coordinate all of that.
Working in a hospital can be a very dangerous job, but for Gloria, who's been working since the 1980s, she's a pro. Technology has changed the job a lot, but her and the hospital work as a team to make sure the job gets done. Has advancements in technology or medicine changed your job?
Oh my gosh, yes. So I started here in 1987 before y'all even thought of, probably before your mother was even thought of. So we used to do everything on paper. We didn't have electronic medical records. We didn't have central monitoring. We just dealt with a lot of our knowledge skill. But now technology has really made it actually better. So women can get up and walk around. We have telemetry. We have central monitoring. I can be in your room, but I can watch my patient in another room. We have electronic medical records, so you can be going to the clinic and I can see your medical records. I don't have to wait till they come to me, so I can take care of you in the proper way.
How does everyone in the delivery room work together?
So we're all a team here. If you have a baby, everybody comes in the room. So we know the primary nurse deals with the patient. We know another nurse who may come in the room, they document. And another nurse who might come in the room, or the piece, they do the baby. So we all like work together. And you really, once you work with people over time, you know your role.
Why did you become a nurse?
I became a nurse because I love taking care of patients. I love taking care of people, making sure they have the things that they need. And
reporting for CFC TV, I'm Eliana Horn.
In today's episode of Take 15, we chose people in our community who embody our values of being thoughtful, honorable, inspiring, and safe.
That's all we have for today. We hope you enjoyed this month's episode. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned.